Okay, something massive is happening in Brazil's economy. After what felt like years of silence, the country's entire infrastructure sector is roaring back to life. We're talking about a trillion real transformation. So we're going to break down exactly how this is happening, why it's all kicking off right now, and what it really means for the future.
You know, for a long, long time, people have called Brazil's infrastructure a sleeping giant. It's this market with just absolutely immense potential, just lying there, waiting for a wake-up call. But the real question is, how big are we talking? Just how giant is this giant?
Well, according to estimates from Mortar Intelligence, the total market size is a staggering 3.6 trillion US dollars. I mean, just let that number sink in. That is an absolutely colossal economic force by any measure you can think of.
So that leads to the big question, right? After nearly a decade of being pretty much dormant and underfunded, what on earth is causing this giant to suddenly wake up? What's really behind this massive turnaround? Let's dig in.
To really get the boom that's happening now, you first have to understand the bust that came before it. You see, for years, this incredibly powerful market was, for all intents and purposes, asleep.
At the heart of it all was a pretty simple problem: a serious lack of investment. For the better part of a decade, the money needed to even maintain, forget expand, Brazil's essential infrastructure just wasn't there. And that created these huge bottlenecks all across the economy.
And if you want to put a number on it, check this out. A KPMG report figured out that the country needed 284 billion reais every single year, just to catch up. And that wasn't for shiny new projects or innovation. Nope, that was just to fix the existing problems. That's the kind of hole they were in.
But now, wow, the story is changing in a huge way. A really powerful combination of factors is injecting just unprecedented amounts of cash back into the whole system.
This turnaround is really being powered by three main things. First, you've got new laws that are opening up the market in new ways. Second, there's a huge government spending program. They're calling it the New PAC that's pumping in capital. And third, private and foreign investors, they are jumping in with both feet.
And the scale of this new money is just immense. I mean, the government's New PAC program alone is bringing 1.7 trillion reals to the table. Then you add massive foreign investment like 280 billion reals from Chinese companies. And on top of that, there's a major push for public-private partnerships. It's a perfect storm for growth.
Okay, so with all this money flooding into the system, where's it actually going? Let's take a quick look at the sectors that are benefiting the most from this.
If we look at the government's new PAC program, you can see some really clear priorities. Yeah, oil and gas is leading the pack, no surprise there. But look at the rest. Hundreds of billions are being poured directly into the very backbone of the country. Its highways, its railways, and its power grid.
And you know, this isn't just a one-off spending spree. The trend here is crystal clear. Data from the National Confederation of Industry shows this powerful year-over-year growth. Investment is projected to climb to nearly 278 billion reais by 2025. The momentum here is absolutely undeniable.
Now, this is where the story gets really interesting. It shifts from spreadsheets and balance sheets to real-world impact. Because this tsunami of capital, it isn't just building roads and power plants. It's creating a massive demand for people.
Think about it. Every single real invested in infrastructure creates jobs. We're not talking about a small bump. We're talking about a wave of hiring that the country just hasn't seen in more than a decade.
And we could actually put a number on it. A study from FGV Ibre found that for every 1 million reais invested in civil construction, an incredible 33.25 new jobs are created. About 15 of those are directly in construction, and the rest just ripple out across the entire supply chain. It's amazing.
And look, this isn't just some far-off forecast. The expected employment indicator, which basically just measures how confident companies are about hiring, it just hit its highest level in over a decade for roadworks. That tells you that companies are planning to hire right now. The talent boom isn't coming, it's already here.
But here's the twist. The jobs being created today look very, very different from the jobs of the past. The entire industry is undergoing a massive transformation. So, you know that traditional image of infrastructure, all hard hats and heavy machinery? That's quickly becoming outdated. The new reality? It's digital. We're talking about IoT sensors on toll roads, satellites guiding construction projects, and complex financial tools like green bonds funding sustainable energy.
And this new reality creates a totally different kind of demand for talent. Just take the upcoming highway concessions, for example. In the first phase, they desperately need financial analysts to see if the projects even make sense. Then, as things get going, they need managers.
And finally, they need experts in tech and engineering to make everything run as efficiently as possible. It's a whole life cycle of specialized skills.
And this brings us to a really crucial point. For a decade, the main problem was a lack of money. Today, the money is here. The new bottleneck is finding enough people with the right modern skills to actually execute these enormous projects.
So the hot jobs right now really reflect this shift. It's not just about civil engineers anymore. It's automation experts, supply chain specialists, financial planners, and environmental scientists who know how to structure green financing. This isn't just about building things anymore. It's about operating them smartly and sustainably for decades to come.
This right here is the new face of Brazilian infrastructure. It's high-tech, it's driven by data, and it's built on these sophisticated financial and environmental strategies. And a transformation this big, well, it demands a completely new generation of talent and leadership to pull it off.
Which leaves us with one final big thought. Brazil has successfully solved its capital problem. The trillions of reais are ready to go. So the great challenge for the next decade isn't a financial one, it's a human one. The money is here. The real question is, who will step up to build the future?